Hello, hello, hello. It's coffee time. Where we look at the news. We're going on to the Daily Mail website. Why not? And we see what's happening in the world. Again, I've not looked at the news yet, so this is all new for me. It's new news, not the old news. Here's a top story here is from China. Have you been scammed? Have you been scammed online? There's a lot of it about. There's a lot of people sending you phishing. That's phishing with a PH emails and all manner of catfishing. There's lots of phishing out there. But a mafia family in China have been dealt with. Blimey, they've got some pictures of them here as well. This is the Ming crime family from a Myanmar. They call them a Myanmar mafia family. There's 11 of them, and here they are, up before the beak. There they go. And they're part of a telephone scam operation. And that was the crime family being sentenced in October at the Wenzhou Intermediate People's Court in eastern China's Zhejiang province. The leader of the group, Chen Ji, and his web of enablers had incorporated their business into British Virgin Islands and invested in the London property market. So blimey, they're everywhere. But yeah, their empire of crime came crashing down in 2023 when they were detained and handed over to Chinese authorities by ethnic militia that had taken power in a town of, I don't know if I'm going to be able to manage this one, Lao Kang, amid rising conflicts with the Myanmar army. And yeah, and they were sentenced last year in court, the entire family. Their crimes included intentional homicide, intentional injury, unlawful detention, fraud, and casino establishment, according to a local news agency. And they were sentenced to death. They don't mess around there. They don't mess around in China. And yeah, they've been executed. Hurrah! Again, I think they're talking about this because old Sakir of Starmer is over in China doing daily deals. So there you go. So they don't mess around. They don't mess around. Meanwhile, we have, again, I don't know what we call this. This is Life is Unfair news, and this is the story. This is the story of a London bus driver, and I'm just waiting for the story to open. This is Mark here. He worked as a London bus driver for Metrolone for 2 years. Here he is. Let's hope he wasn't doing that. Let's hope he wasn't having a drink whilst he was driving the bus. But yeah, he was fired. Not for drinking, not for having a Guinness. No. He was fired after he chased down and knocked out a thief who'd stolen a passenger's necklace. Right. This was back in June 25th, 2024. He was driving a 206 bus between Wembley and Maida Vale in northwest London, and the tribunal heard that the man had boarded the bus, pushed past a female passenger before snatching a necklace from around her neck and running off. Mr. Here became aware of the incident and chased after the man down the street. He managed to retrieve the stolen jewellery and return the necklace to the female passenger, but the man then reappeared, walking towards the bus, where he threw the first punch at Mr. Here. He then responded, Mr. Here, in self-defence, hitting the man once, knocking him unconscious. The tribunal was then told that Mr. Here then dragged the man to the pavement and restrained him for almost half an hour. And look, here's a picture of a bus. Well, as we can say, not all heroes wear capes. Some of them, they will drive a bus. The men were both arrested. Why would you arrest the person? Again, this is the country we live in. But Mr. Here was subsequently released and told he would face no further action. But then a day after the incident, he was suspended from duty and told to attend the investigation. At a disciplinary hearing, he was told the allegations included bringing the company into disrepute by physically assaulting a passenger, and that he also failed to protect his and his passengers' safety by leaving the bus unattended with the engine running and chasing the assailant. But Mr. Hughes said he'd acted instinctively and that he'd left the doors open and the handbrake on. Wow. But yeah, so he was fired, but he appealed the ruling. But it was ruled that the genuine belief of our disciplinary and appeal managers that the claimant was guilty of gross misconduct was held on reasonable grounds and was within the band of reasonable responses open to an employer in the circumstances. So yeah, but he had no notice. He didn't get any notice for gross misconduct. So But the hearing question whether the man returned to the bus to shake hands and apologise to the female passenger, that was what his defence was. I don't know, sounds a bit, but it's I don't know, a bit of a murky one, that. I don't know. I don't know if he should have been sacked. He should have got a warning. We need more people like that, don't we? We need more people. What else have we got? Meanwhile, music news. It's a case of we won't rock you. Brian May, guitarist with the legendary rock band Queen, though. Is it really Queen anymore when there's only two of them involved? I don't know. Half a Queen. Princess, that's a different singer entirely. But yeah, Brian May, here he is. He says that the band will not be touring America again because it's just too dangerous. He told the Daily Mail that whilst they love America, it has changed a lot since their touring days and doesn't feel going back would be wise. This is the quote. He was talking to Richard Eden. He says that America is a dangerous place at the moment, so you have to take that into account. It's very sad because I feel like Queen grew up in America and we love it, but it's not what it was. Everyone is thinking twice about going there at the moment. I'm not. I'd go there, though. I hope they don't see any of my Trump posts on Facebook because they'd probably send me back again. And he also revealed that he would never perform at Glastonbury due to political differences with the organisers. Again, is that badgers? I imagine there'd be badgers involved with that, wouldn't there? But imagine if Queen did end Glastonbury on a Sunday. That would be an epic performance. But again, you know, they were never really were they a big band in America? They was kind of America always regarded them with suspicion. So, but there you go. They've got Adam Lambert singing with them at the moment. I don't know if they're doing another tour because old Bry, he wasn't too well, was he? Really, he's had all manner of health issues. What else have we got? Here we go. This is an important one. This is. I don't know how I feel about this. This is a court case that's been resolved. Mark Sharp, who's a hair extension specialist and former kids TV presenter, and magician Glenn Kinsey were faced with the enormous tax bill of £277,000, right, after launching a hair extension and specialist wig making business called Mark Glenn Limited. They successfully argued in court, however, that their £2,500 a year wigs, which is designed to help women with patchy hair loss and should qualify as zero rated for VAT under an exemption for drugs, medicine and aids for the disabled. Okay, and we've got a picture here of how the wigs operate. I mean, okay, it's a wig, but should it be exempt from VAT? Well, again, VAT is usually put on luxury items, things that you don't necessarily need. Do you need a wig? But lawyers for the HMRC claim baldness should not be seen as a disability, saying it is a cosmetic problem. And other issues affecting appearance, such as freckles, could then also be viewed in the same way. But in a groundbreaking decision, Judge Swami Raghavan and Judge Kevin Poole in the tax chamber of the upper tribunal came down on the wigmaker's side, agreeing that female customers suffering from baldness should be officially seen as disabled. They concluded, we conclude that the severe hair loss in women constitutes an impairment that adversely affects the ability to carry out everyday activities. These activities include work, leisure, socialising, self-care and caring for others, which at least to some degree involve being visible to others in public. And this is Mark Sharp who won. He won the case. Well, I'm sorry. I have to disagree. I have to disagree. I think. Well, then surely, if you're a man, especially a young man, and you go bald, surely that should be classified as a disability too, because it has a great effect on your self-esteem. But hey, you know, that's equality, I guess. It doesn't extend both ways. So in the comments section below, is baldness a disability? Should they have got the VAT exemption for wigs for women? I don't know about that. I mean, it affects everybody, isn't it? But I don't know. I think that's a bit ripe. That's a bit ripe. I don't know if I can cover that one. I'd like to cover it. This is a woman. I mean, I could show you it because there's no. I guess there's no actual. This is a still image. And if I show you that image, it's not actually made contact with her. Wait, what are you talking about? This is over in Indonesia. A woman and her partner were caned 140 times each for having sex outside of marriage and drinking alcohol. And they reckon it's one of the most severe Sharia law lashings that's carried out in the country. The couple, man and woman, were struck on their backs with a rattan stick in a public park on Thursday in the province of Aceh, while dozens of people watched. Sexual relations between unmarried couples is strictly outlawed there. The only place in Indonesia to impose a version of Sharia law. The woman fainted after enduring a brutal punishment, and she was then escorted off to an ambulance. But the pair received 140 lashes, 100 for the sex outside marriage and 40 for having a drink. Blimey. And there are pictures, but again, I think I can get away with this because it's not touching her at this point. He's just doing that thing, you know, that thing where you're just doing the little. He's just estimating before. Blimey, that's not good, is it? But I hope it was worth it. I hope it was a good shag. You know, am I allowed to say that? I don't know. But I mean, here's the fella. He's grimacing. Mind you that kind of looks like he's sex-faced, doesn't it? Oh, missus. Are you allowed to have sex on your own over there as well? And this year's been taken away by ambulance. So yeah, remember that. If you're gonna have sex, get married first. And then you won't want to have sex ever again. That's what marriage does to you. Apparently, so I've heard. Someone else told me that. All right. What else is there? That's a lot of money. Apparently, benefits claimants in Scotland get the same money as a £56,000 a year worker. Blimey. Have to move to Scotland. What else have we got? Again, this is another. We've started with scams. We had the Chinese scammers who were executed, but this is the story of Jennifer Barton. over the course of 2 years, the NHS worker, here she is, was scammed many times. Yeah, the 44-year-old was fell for fraudsters who told her that they loved her. Yeah, it's one of those love catfishing scams, and they posed as Alexander Ludwig, Charlie Hunnam, as well as Westlife's Nicky Byrne and US singer Michael Ray. Now, I don't know about you. Now, I'm not. I don't want to have a go at her appearance because there's nothing wrong with her. But if you're just a regular person, here she is, and you're working at the NHS and you get approached by 4 different celebrities and they all love you, wouldn't you go, now I'm either really hot and I should quit my NHS job to become a model, or I mean, how do people get? I find it fascinating how many people you fall into this. I mean, I don't get romance scammers, coming onto me because look at this. No one's going to go for this. But I get a lot of phishing emails saying, "Oh, you're a YouTuber. We want to do a partnership with you," and I tell them to fuck off. Every time. Rode microphones, loads of things for Rode microphones. I say fuck off. How many times have I told you to fuck off? Fuck off. Fuck off. Fuck off. Fuck off. I don't want to do any partnerships. I don't want to do anything with anyone. Fuck off. All right. They never use the email addresses, the web domains or anything. It's always scammy as scammy, So I don't understand how you'd fall for it. But hey, she handed over £250,000 to these people. Hey. She said 2 of the scammers told her they wanted to meet, claimed they were trapped in messy divorces and insisted they needed urgent financial assistance. Remember, these are supposedly celebrities. Hard up celebrities. She said people reaching out on Facebook and Instagram saying they were celebrities like Alexander Ludwig, saying they wanted to meet. They wanted to chat on Telegram as it was more private. Some said they were going through divorce and didn't have their own money. It was one excuse after another. One said they were arrested, another let out of their contract. One was in London and got robbed. And again, this is Alexander Ludwig, Charlie Hunnam, Michael Ray, and Nicky Byrne from Westlife. All those guys were interested in money. They all told me that they loved me, wanted to marry me, wanted to come to England to be with me. And she admitted there was an addictiveness when somebody gives you attention, even if it's a scammer. It's nice. They play on your feelings. Well, obviously, she's a very vulnerable person, and here she is looking out the window to see where all her money's gone. I mean, seriously, don't people read about these stories? Don't people read about these stories and take it as a warning? And I find it fascinating how people can get duped, but they always get you when you're at your lowest ebb. So she's obviously going through a bit of a low period, but it's just Oh, good news, everybody! Talking about people robbing you. Oh, I dovetailed this one. Dovetailed it. Talking about robbing people, you'll be happy to know that water bills will be rising by as much as 5.4% from April. The increase announced today, which equates to £33 a year for the average household, and is 2 percentage points above inflation. How much is your water bill? So we're on Thames Water. Does it say? I've just seen this, and I'm like, wow, it's £655 a year for water. Oh, it's £54 a month, but I'm sure we're paying more than that. Blimey. So yeah, I tell you, just leave the taps running. Just keep flushing that toilet. Yeah. Ofwat has let firms part bills by 36% between 2025 and 2030, with most of that, 20% on average, being front-loaded into last April's annual rise. Why do we have Ofwat? You know, and why do we have the Consumer Council for water? Because guess what? They're not doing anything to help the consumer. But here we have the bills for the most expensive one is Southern Water, then Southwest, then Wessex, then Dear Cymru, then Anglian, United Utilities. Thames Water's not doing bad. I mean, I thought they were terrible. Then Yorkshire Water, then Hafren Diffidwy, Severn Trent Water, and Northumbrian Water. So just there'll be nothing. There'll be no money left. Meanwhile, if you're down in Margate, who wants to go to Margate? Anyone? No. But if you're down in going down to Margate in Kent, which is a seaside town for those of you who don't know. But if you're down in Margate, you might bump into. Are you ready? You might bump into Auntie Madge herself. Yeah, Madonna has been roaming wild on the streets of Margate. You could say she was a right ray of light. Hey. But yeah, she went down there to meet Dame Tracy Emin. Again, Emin is a local of Margate and has got a really interesting studio down there, if you like that kind of thing. And here she is, checking out all the stuff, checking out all the gear, and that's what Margate looks like from the air. So yeah, get yourself down to Margate. You might see, and this is what it normally looks like with Tracy Emin. I mean, it used to be I think it still is in parts of it, still quite run down. But I know Emin has tried to transform her part of it into an artistic hub, and I know, yeah, she's set up an artist collective there where artists can go and work, which I think is really cool thing to do. But yeah, so there you go. Madge in Margate, get yourself down there. Yeah, I reckon that Trump might be losing his mind. Might have lost his marbles. Did he ever have any? Now I don't know if you remember when we talked about the election before. I said you got a choice between the senile one and the mad one. That's your choice. But yeah, leading psychologists have suggested Trump may be showing signs of dementia. Oh, like Biden. Great. Well, they are older than old, aren't they? Was he 79? Blimey. And he's suffering from logorrhea. You can get cream for that and some tablets. No, apparently it's where you lose your thread, apparently. Why do I get that all the time? And veer off into strange digressions. I get that all the time. And muddle basic details. Again, I get that all the time. Critics say it's becoming harder to ignore what they describe as a steady build-up of senior moments where he loses the thread of conversations and, you know, spins out into wild tangents. But yeah, they reckon it's the classic warning signs that match early signposts to dementia. But yeah, logorrhea is a speech disturbance characterised by a relentless stream of talking that become difficult to follow. Not simply because somebody speaks a lot, but because their thoughts derail mid-sentence, back on themselves, or shoot off in unexpected directions. How many people do you know do that? Everybody does that, don't mean you. But you know, some of his speeches, like one he did the other week, when he was going off on one. God, he went all everywhere, didn't he? He went all over the place. Here he is saying, well, I don't know what he's saying. So what do you think? Has Trump lost his marbles? Did he have any marbles? Nobody knows. Nobody knows. So there we go. No animal stories today. Where are the animal stories? Oh, got to cover that one. Health news. Again, we've already done baldness as a disability, but we've got another issue that should be classed as a disability. But yeah, this is the story of Ehud Ari Leonardo. Right, he's described here as a diamond dealing billionaire. Blimey, the 75-year-old, right, suffered a heart attack at the Saint Honoré Pontier Clinic in Paris, right, and he was having treatment, right. The 75 was having treatment. He was having a penis enlargement surgery because, you know, when you're 75, I bet you look down and go, the old chap could do with a bit of a pep up. And yeah, he was having injections in his old chap to make it larger. And yeah, his plastic surgeon was charged with manslaughter. Yeah, prosecutors initially opened a manslaughter investigation following his passing. But that was quickly changed to charges of failure to assist a person in danger, drug offences, and practicing medicine without a licence. But yeah, it was also discovered that the Laniardo, who was 75, was a bodybuilding enthusiast who'd been taking banned substances, as well as chemicals used to help men fight erectile dysfunction. Surgeon Guy H was given a 15-month suspended sentence, while his assistant surgeon, who was standing in for him at the time of the surgery, was given 12 months suspended sentence. Both doctors, in their 70s, they're all in their 70s, were banned from practicing medicine or made to pay respective fines of €50,000 and €20,000. And all I'm going to do is go like this. I'll tell you, look at that. And it makes the old chap get smaller, not bigger. Oh, you're going to stick that where? Oh, so there you go. Vanity. It's a curse, isn't it? You know. Can we do this one? I don't know. Again, I don't know if I'm falling foul of YouTube terms of service with this, but this is Alex Pretty. You know, the guy who took a gun to a gunfight in Minneapolis. There's some new footage of him taunting ICE agents, but I'm just waiting for this advert starring Walton Goggins from Fallout and with White Lotus selling me GoDaddy, which is I guess it's a web serving thing, but I don't want to see that. But yeah, there's some footage of this fella basically harassing the ICE agents. Oop. So here he comes, and he's not very happy. He's not very happy. He's using lots of very ripe language there. So he's very much an agitator, isn't he? Very much an agitator. Yeah. And he's spat on him. That's not very nice. And this is where he kicks the brake light. I don't know if you can see the damage. He kicks the brake light, and that's when they come and arrest him. So he had a bit of history there. He had a bit of history being being antagonist. Yeah, the agent leaps from the back door after he damages the tail light of the van. So there you go. So he was very much on their radar, wasn't he? Who knows what else he did? What else he's done? I'm sure more footage will come out. This isn't your innocent fellow, is it? There's more to the story than we are getting. There's always two sides, isn't there? Still looking, still looking. Meanwhile, were you a fan of Captain Scarlet, a puppet show by Jerry Anderson from the 60s, I believe, wasn't it? 32 episodes of the show. I guess it's being shown now on regular TV. I know on streaming, ITV Retro put it on, but it's now got a trigger warning. Can you believe that? It's got trigger warnings, Captain Scarlet. Again, this is a puppet show. Here they are, just sitting around, probably discussing terrible things. But yeah, Captain Scarlet has trigger warnings now. Of course it does. It's been, you can stream it on ITVX and on ITV Retro on YouTube as well. But yeah, in it, Captain Scarlet's indestructible, and he fights the Mysterons. I used to enjoy that when they used to repeat it back in the day. But yeah, there is a trigger warning over the use of guns. I mean, look, come on. Hardly triggering, is it? Though I guess the guns do have a trigger. Ha 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 ha. Anymore. If not, we're going to have to end on the Sydney Sweeney story if I can't find an animal story. Because we saw the other day Sydney Sweeney hanging her underwear from the Hollywood sign, didn't we? And we thought, okay, that's something to do, isn't it? Something to do. Oh no, I've just seen something terrible. We'll do Sydney Sweeney and we'll end on this story as well, because I've started the intro now because I didn't think I'd find another story. But yeah, Sydney Sweeney, she hung her lingerie off the Hollywood sign, and now this is the lingerie, and she's done a load of pictures. Now again, it's a bit raunchy. I don't even know. I don't even know if I can get away with this again. But she's shown, this is her SYRN underwear line. I'm trying to find a picture that is. I think I can get away with this one. I can get away with this one. That's not too explicit. But yeah, she's done some promotional shots which are very in line with the old lads mags and Wonder Bra imagery from the 90s. Again, she's kind of gone retro. But yeah, and this is to back up her criminal stunt she did the other day. I'm going to go for it. I'm going to go with the Hello Boys. Yeah, do you remember that? Do you remember that campaign for Wonder Bra? It was everywhere. It kind of got that vibe to it. So there you go. That's one for the dads. But that's probably now you know why all my hair fell out. But yeah, this is now we're going from one veritable feast to another. This is to celebrate the Six Nations rugby. Next week, from the 5th of February, Box Sports Bars have unveiled the world's first official Guinness Kebab. Yeah, the limited edition beef kofta kebab will be available at all 7 Box Sports Bars across the UK from the start of the tournament, and it's meant to resemble a Guinness. It's styled like a pint of Guinness, and it's like what? So you got a Guinness that I guess you get a Guinness with it when you order it. So you got your Guinness there, and you got your kebab in a glass in a wrap to make it look like a. It's not actually a Guinness, but okay, it's a bit of marketing, isn't it? The prices start for $12.95 for the dish, and will be on the menu during the rugby tournament. Tom Mayer-Jones, who's brand marketing manager at Box, said our new Guinness Kebab is a playful nod to our Irish friends ahead of the Six Nations, while also tapping into our favourite night of food, the kebab. We've brought these two things together in a way that feels true to box, bold, social, and a meal designed to be enjoyed alongside big sporting moments. And there you can see it a bit better. So there you go. So if you want a Guinness kebab or a kebab to wash down with your Guinness, you know where to go. I guess it's a marketing. It's marketing, isn't it? It's all clever stuff. A bit too clever for me though. So I think we'll end it there because there aren't any animal stories to end on, and that's a shame because I do like a good animal story, but the Daily Mail don't seem to have them these days. I have to start collecting them again. I'm out of practice. No, definitely no animal stories on the front page. That's a crime. Let's see if there is anyone at all in the chat room. There usually isn't because nobody's watching. Let's see. Oh, we've got people watching. Oh no, Ryan Yard is. Oh, Ryan Yard. Oh, ugh. Oh, ugh. Andrew's in. He says hi. Morning to you. Good morning, Andrew. Indeed, safe sex remedy. And Gigi's here too. P.S. It's me, G-Man, your long-time viewer. Yeah, I know, because all the names have gone weird. You used to be called G-Man, but now you're GG, whatever that is. How am I supposed to know who you are anymore? Because YouTube changed all the thing, didn't it? So all the names have changed. So I get used to one set of names, and then how am I supposed to? I'm getting old. I can't remember any of this. Zeb's in. He says, "Are you getting a forthcoming Talking Heads 3 CD demo box set?" I don't know. I can't talk about my financial situation at the moment. I'll tell you next month, maybe. I don't know. I went to Margate once, said Andrew. It ponged. And he said, I went to the Turner Gallery. And he lived there. Dog cam. Yeah, we can do dog cam. She was having a doze, but when I said dog cam, her eyeballs opened. Let's see if I can get this. Oh, it's a bit dark. Let's see if I can adjust the camera. Let's see if I can adjust the camera, because the adjustments, it's the weather. It's gone murky again today. It was a bit brighter yesterday, but there you go. You see my knee support and a collection of remote controls. There you go. So there you go. That's all you need to know. That there is dog cam for you. There you go. Anyway, hopefully that was fun. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you didn't, not a lot I can do about that. And we'll do this all again soon. Thank you for watching. There's only one more thing left to say. Is that was the news, whether you liked it or not. You know, not necessarily the news you wanted or the news you needed, but it was the news, was it not? Thank you for watching. Ta-da!